Hi, I'm here with Aran, and he is continuing his home search journey. We've gone through the process where he knows he's interested and he's gotten off the sidelines and has decided to really actively look at different properties. He has gone out with his realtor, and at this point, he is really interested in some co-ops. So today's session is focused on the financing of co-ops and helping him answer all the questions that he has.
Awesome. So I have a few properties in mind. A lot of them are in Lower Manhattan. I'm looking to get an understanding about the down payment options. Can you give me an idea what that looks like, please?
Yes, so in a co-op, so if you think about a co-op, right, you're purchasing shares in real estate versus actual real estate. A co-op is a corporation where every owner has a certain number of shares in that real estate. So what happens is you will have the down payment requirement that will be typically higher than a single family or a condo. I would say in a co-op you should be prepared to have anywhere from a 20% to 30% down payment, and then the more higher price property buildings you might need to put more of a bigger down payment.
Got it. So I have an idea about what I need to look forward to when it comes to financing. I think me and my agent have to go out and actually put an offer in. So when I do find a property, how do I put that offer in?
So you have a pre-approval right now.
Okay.
We will refresh your pre-approval, update the pre-approval for exactly what the offer on the co-op will be.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I will need to know what the maintenance is. In a co-op, the maintenance includes your property taxes and your HOA. Different from a condo. In a condo, you're actually paying HOA and taxes separately.
Okay.
So once I have those numbers, I will refresh your pre-approval letter, will refresh the financials you submitted, and then you'll be ready to put the offer in with your agent. It typically will be a term sheet. So what a term sheet looks like is an offer and acceptance form. It's not an actual contract where you'll put what the offer will be, what your down payment will be, and you'll accompany it with a pre-approval letter.
Got it. So I think with all those documents and the pre-approval being set up, another question I have is I was talking to my attorney and he said there are a few documents that they need to work through. Can you give me an idea about what that looks like?
Yes, so when you're purchasing a co-op, you will have, let's say your offer gets accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Right away, you will be working with your agent to set up the inspection on the property.
Got it.
Simultaneously, your attorney will be conducting the due diligence phase on the co-op. During that phase, all the financials, the financials for the last 2 years, the operating income statement, and the budget, along with the co-op questionnaire, will be sent over from the seller's side to your attorney.
Okay.
Your attorney will review the financials of the building. At that point, you can share that information with me, and I will review them as well to make sure that the co-op is sound and viable.
Okay, so I think that was the biggest question for me as of right now, but I want to talk about rates as well. What do rates look like? Like you said, it has to do with the down payment as well. Can you talk to me about what rates would look like depending on what property I find?
Yes, so the beautiful thing about financing a co-op, the financing of a co-op interest rate is not any different from a condo or a single family.
Okay.
You'll have the same exact interest rate. The one thing I would tell you is think about locking in your interest rate for at least 90 days. The reason in a co-op is there are so many moving pieces that you need to be prepared for, and you need the time. You need the time to not allow your rate to expire.
Okay, got it. So I don't want that rate to expire, and there definitely is some wiggle room, of course. The thing I want to think about is, do I go with a 30-year mortgage or do I go with an ARM product? Because there are a lot of headwinds in the market right now, and I think rates will fall next year, and I think refinancing would be a good option. So do you have any ideas about that?
Yeah, so in a co-op, the refinancing costs are actually lower than you would if you were purchasing a condo.
Okay.
I think what happens is rates are pretty much all over the place. Once you get your offer accepted, we will drill down on what the 30-year, the 15-year, or the ARM rates look like. You see what you're most comfortable with, and then accordingly you can secure that interest rate. What I would say to you is that you should be very focused on the process with a co-op initially, because there are so many moving pieces. Are you familiar with that process?
No, can you give me an idea of what the timeline does look like?
Yes, so once your offer gets accepted, as I told you, you will be doing a home inspection and your attorney is doing the due diligence. In a co-op, what happens is once the due diligence is completed, your attorney drafts up the contract. That contract is what you will forward over to me, and that's the time we will actually secure your interest rate.
Okay.
Timeline from the time you put the offer in to doing the home inspection to getting the contract could take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
So that initial phase is that initial process in purchasing a co-op. Then what happens is you need to really be prepared. So if you're thinking of co-op financing, you think of it in 3 lines, right? You're thinking of your loan approval for you. Then the second process is the appraisal on the property. And the third process is submitting your co-op docs to the board. So this way you're prepared for the board interview and the board package that will come before the interview.
Okay, got it. So I think the timeline makes sense. So would you say about 3 to 6 months sounds about right to get approval for a co-op, or is that?
No, that's excessive. I would say 60 to 90 days is
Okay.
very realistic. You know, in New York City, we are very familiar with co-op financing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much the norm here that we can move very, very quickly. If you're buying a co-op that is owned by the sponsor, that can actually close a lot faster. I've
Okay.
done sponsor-owned co-ops in under 60 days.
Wow, okay. So I think working with you have a better chance of getting approved, of course, in the city. I think I'm ready to kind of move forward and put that offer in. So, you know, I think going forward, I'll submit all the right financials to you. I get the board approval, I get the appraisal. It sounds like there is a lot that I need to work on, of course, but
Yes.
I think that working with you, I'll have a good time and a good experience, so I appreciate it.
So what you should also do, Aran, I really want to spend time with you in helping you understand what is the board package that will look like.
Okay.
What documents you need to submit when you're submitting that board package, because as you're doing the work to submit your mortgage application, you can really use a lot of those documents for the board package.
Okay, so I can set aside all the documents for financing with you, plus working with the co-op, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So what happens is your realtor will tell you the checklist of the documents that are required by
Okay.
the board, and a lot of times it does include the 2 years financials, the 2 months bank statements, the 1 month pay stubs, and the 2 years W-2s. And then on top of that, depending on the co-op, you might need reference letters.
Oh,
So what I would say to you, as you're working on the mortgage process, you need to really make sure that you have your reference letters all in place,
mhm.
and also get that going, because that could take some time as well.
Okay, so I've heard some horror stories working with co-ops because there are some people that don't get approved. So is there any way to kind of mitigate or help me with, you know, getting approved with that? So I just want to
Yeah.
make sure I don't get stuck with that.
So typically in a co-op, I'll tell you a lot of times the co-ops like a 30-year fixed or a 15-year fixed instead of an ARM.
Okay.
The other thing that they like is they like to see reserves. So based on your down payment and closing cost, how much is left over in your
Mhm.
bank account, whether it's your retirement, your 401k, your asset statements. If you can show more reserves, it puts you in a better light to get that get approved.
Right.
Your debt to income ratio needs to be probably below 43%. Co-ops love with a low debt to income ratio because it means that you're a very strong shareholder in that corporation. But what I would say is don't delay on getting your co-op package ready. So along with your financials, they will also need the appraisal on the property, and they will also need the mortgage commitment. I will release the mortgage commitment to you once I receive the appraisal, and then also I will give you that mortgage commitment with showing that I've reviewed the financials of the
Got it.
co-op.
Okay, so when the mortgage commitment does come out, is there any more documentation I need to get a final approval from underwriting or you?
So once the mortgage commitment comes out,
Okay.
you will then go for the board interview with the co-op.
Oh, I see.
And then what happens is when the board comes back,
hmm
we might need updated bank statements or pay stubs, but pretty much a lot of the heavy lifting is done at that point.
Okay, so I'll be ready to kind of close on the property or the co-op at that point in time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So timeline wise, definitely not 3 to 6 months, probably closer to 60 to 90 days is when you can become the owner of that co-op and make that your dream home.
Okay, sounds good. I'm ready to kind of work with you and find the next property that I call home.
Perfect. Thank you, Aran, for joining me
Of course.
today. If you have any questions, You know where to find me, Shaleen Mahtani. Call me or DM me at 201-745-3426. I hope you found value today.